Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Steve, and today we're going to be talking about wood watches. Wood watches? Really? You're the boss. Specifically, we're going to be talking about the Treehut Dubline chronograph. Dubline has an E at the end. Not Dublin, Dubline. So I was in this group chat and we were talking about future watch purchases. Half of the group, watch enthusiasts. The other half of the group, not watch enthusiasts whatsoever, more casual watch buyers. And Nico, being from that casual side of the watch realm, expressed his love of wood watches and how he wanted to add one to the collection. After I got done laughing at him, I said, well, I don't know anything about wood watches, so I really don't have an opinion on them one way or another, but I would still recommend going, towards that traditional route. So to look at something like a Tissot or something like that in that price range. About a week later, the company Treehut slid into my DMs and asked me if I wanted to review one of their watches. I thought this was a perfect opportunity to get Nico a wood watch that he wanted, and at the same time make content for you guys. Now, this watch costs $269 regular retail price, which I know is a lot of money. I mean, you can buy a lot of watches for under that $300 mark. You can buy 10 of these Casios, these DW290s for that price. But if you want a wood watch, then you want a watch made out of wood. It's just that simple. No matter what resin watch I show you or what metal watch I show you, it doesn't matter. You want a watch made out of wood. So that's what we're gonna be reviewing, and that's how we're gonna be reviewing this piece itself. For $269, what are you getting? And do I recommend it? Probably not, but I mean, will I recommend it at the end of the video? You'll just have to wait and see. Now, before I get this review started, please hit the like button, subscribe button, bell icon, donation button, merch store, Instagram, Twitter, base timepieces, everything down there. Click it, click everything 3 times. All right, now that we've done that, let's go ahead, flip that camera and get this review started. So the Treehut does come in your standard cardboard box with paper sleeve, and as we slide it open, we can see the watch there on that plush pillow. This actually comes with a link sizing tool, which not a lot of companies actually offer, so that's nice they do include that, even though it does look like it's one of the more affordable pin removal tools on the market, but it's good that they add that as well. So this watch does come with some documents here. And as I open this up, we can see that this comes with a certificate of authenticity with a stamp there. And inside here, it looks like they give us a couple of links and another pin removal tool. So I know these links are going to be made out of wood, so they might snap easier. That's why they give you an extra couple of links there, which is nice to have. So in this booklet, we have a little company story, which is nice to see that there are people behind the brand itself. How to set the time, how to size the watch, things of that nature, engraving options, groomsmen gifts. So this watch is definitely a fashion brand style of watch. It's going to be similar to your Daniel Wellingtons and your movements and things of that nature. This is the market that they're trying to capture. So getting into the specs, we have a diameter of 43 millimeters, a lug to lug of 53.8 millimeters, a thickness of 12.4 millimeters, a lug width of 20 millimeters, and a weight of 47 grams. That's something I was very surprised at, was how light this watch was for its overall dimensions. I know I'm thinking in terms of metal, but in the wood, it's just very light, very surprising. The case material and the material of the strap is natural walnut wood. The hands, the indices, and that chapter ring are all painted in this faux patina style of paint, but it's not loomed whatsoever. There is no loom. That's a big miss for this price point. I'm surprised there's not loom on the hands themselves, but yeah, it's just regular faux patinaed paint, no loom whatsoever. Between the 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock positions, you see this extended date window, and the days before and after the current date are underneath this orange transparent window that match the pushers. The date window, the border of the subdials, the border of the indices, and the hands are all painted black, and that matches with the signed crown and with the signed buckle. The buckle is a shame. It is just your standard press buckle, which is a little finicky at times when closing. So I would just keep that in mind. While it all matches, everything matches very nice. I like the wood with the forest green, with the orange accents. I even like that faux patina. It's just not functional at all, right? There's no loom. There is the subdials aren't really that functional at all. The clasp on the bottom is just a standard clasp. There's nothing really nothing premium about it, and especially at that $269 price for this, I would expect maybe something to be a little bit above average, but really everything at this point is subpar aside from the design choice. The design, and once again, this is why it's a fashion brand, is because the design itself is very good, but in terms of functionality, not the best. Now the case back is also made out of that walnut wood, and it is engravable. There is a big spot there, so you can write whatever message you like, whether it be a groomsman gift, a birthday present, you have the space to engrave it. The case back is also held down by 4 stainless steel screws. I'm not exactly sure what the water resistance rating on this watch would be. I'm assuming 30 meters. It could be deeper, but I definitely would not take this near water, especially with it being wood. It's gonna soak up that water, could warp, could crack, things of that nature. Now, one thing Treehut did well here is including quick release spring bars for the wooden bracelet itself. It's smart. Sometimes you want to have the wooden bracelet, sometimes you'd like it on the leather strap or a canvas strap or things in between. That's a smart play by them. They make it very functional, very easy to switch out those straps. Kudos to them. Now, one way you can tell this watch was made for fashion and not for function is the chronograph movement used. It is a Japanese TMI VD57. Now, typically, when it comes to a chronograph, the main seconds hand is the chronograph hand. Not in this case. The chronograph hand is actually at the 6 o'clock subdial with a 1/10 of a second counter at the 12 o'clock subdial. The elapsed minutes is at the 9 o'clock. And something unique about that 12 o'clock subdial is that it actually counts 2 seconds. Not just your standard 1 second. So the subdials are not your standard layout. And another odd thing is when you reset the chronograph itself, the subdials seem to have to unwind. Not necessarily reset, but they have to go counterclockwise the same amount of times that they went clockwise. So it's weird. It's not your standard reset when it comes to the chronograph. That's why it's definitely just for looks. It's not for function whatsoever. So don't even worry about using this as a chronograph. But if you're looking at this watch, it's definitely, it's more of a fashion statement than it is an actual useful tool. Now, coming out of the box, this watch did fit me quite well on my 7.5-inch wrist, but the type of pin is more of like a friction style pin. It's not necessarily a split pin or a pin and collar system. It's this unique friction style pin. So it could be kind of a pain to change it out, but that's what's included in the box. Like I said, they also include 2 extra links just in case you do damage the link. I know it's made out of wood, so it's very soft. It could snap on you. It could, break very easily. So just keep in mind that they do give you an extra couple of links just in case you do happen to break it. But as far as fit goes, this is pushing the outer boundaries of my wrist. And if you have smaller wrists, you may see a little bit of overhang. Now, if you do like a bigger watch, this is not going to be an issue. But for some people, yeah, this is going to be just too large of a lug-to-lug measurement for you to be comfortable with. If I had to describe this watch in one word, it would be overpriced. And that's just my opinion on the matter. Now, if you're in the market for a wood watch and you like the way it looks, it's going to serve you well as a watch. Like, yeah, it tells the time, it gives you the date. Great. There is a chronograph aspect to it. It has that chronograph look. And if that's the only thing that you care about is a wood chronograph that looks okay on your wrist, by all means, this is the watch for you. But taking a look at that $269 price tag and just thinking about the watches that you can get for that price point, you can get a used Bulova Lunar Pilot, you can get a Q Timex GMT. There's plenty of watches out there. The Tissot PRX, any number of swatches. You get multiple G-Shocks. There is so much more value out there for that price point. But none of those are made out of wood. So if you're in the market for a wood watch, go ahead, go on over to the Treehut website, see if there's something over there that you like. Now, some of their watches include leather straps or canvas straps. Some of them have metal in them, and they just have little bits and pieces made of wood. They have automatic stuff. They have other chronographs, things of that nature. They have everything over there. So just go ahead and take a look at that if you're in the market for a wood watch. If you're not in the market for a wood watch, yeah, I would just avoid this entirely because it's just not worth the money. Now, if you like this style of video, please subscribe and hit that like button down below. And if you want to see more reviews, go ahead and click on one of these videos right here. I really would appreciate it. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and on Twitter, where I might, have a blue check mark because I spent $8. I don't know yet. Anyways, all right, guys, thanks for watching.